When I told people I was going to take a 100-year-old farmhouse, cut it into pieces, truck it into the woods, and put it back together, they thought I was insane. It was sort of like a dream, right? You know, the thing about dreams is it's a very short distance between a dream and a goal. And so all I had to do is say, I'm going to do this versus I want to do this. So this house is a special house to me because it was like a second house growing up. My best friend Andrew lived in this house. I was there every single day. I remember walking through those doors and feeling welcome. And when I found out that developers had bought my buddy's old house and they were going to demolish it, I knew we had to save it because it would just break my heart a little bit if this house was ever torn down. Concord, North Carolina feels like this really small, quaint town. You walk down the street, you know everybody, you see people you grew up with.
A little kooky, a little weird.
I'm Adam Miller.
I'm Jessica Miller, and
we've been married for 12 years.
One thing that's really great about Concord is that when you drive down the street, there's all these different styles and periods of homes. A lot of that is because of the town's history as a textile milling hub.
The mills, they built the houses, they employed all the people, and the wealthy mill managers wanted to build beautiful homes for their families.
Adam and I both grew up here, and we have loved watching the town flourish and grow.
I think one thing that kind of shook us into the world of renovating was we would watch these giant developers tear things down just to make a quick buck.
So when we heard the 1906 farmhouse was set to be demolished, we just had to buy it and move it somewhere else and save it.
When you move a house and trying to keep as much character as you can while doing it, we had to remove plaster, separate any walls from where we were gonna cut. We had to take down chimneys, cut plumbing, cut electrical. And so once we cut the house, we were able to separate it using hydraulics. First, we split it in half, and then we took the top off each section, put them on the backs of trucks, and then just drove them into the woods. And putting it back together, it's almost like it fit once and it should fit again, but it was a little bit of painstaking work to get it perfectly back together.
We did it, Rachel. We got it here. All 4 pieces made it.
Gosh.
They didn't fall off.
I can't believe it. This is wild.
We decided to renovate this house for Jessica's sister, Rachel. Rachel has always wanted a farmhouse, but she was a little bit nervous about us cutting this one in half and moving it down the road.
So now we're gonna let Rachel come in and see it with her own eyes, that we were able to do the first biggest part. And maybe this will give her even more confidence that we can do the rest of it for her.
Did you ever think that it wasn't gonna make it here?
I mean, I had my doubts.
It survived.
Oh, I can't believe it.
You did it.
They thought we were crazy, but it's crazy awesome now.
So question is it actually structurally sound though?
I mean, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. I mean, it couldn't be any better than this.
I want to see. Can I go?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You lead the way.
Oh, how do I get up the steps? Okay.
Okay, check out your living room.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that it's in one piece.
Look at your ceilings, didn't even really crack.
Oh my gosh.
Even in this current state, the house is very welcoming. You step into this large living room and you can see the old staircase through the doorway.
This is going to be your forever house. This is where the rest of your babies are gonna come. Mm-hmm. Rachel did have a longer time trying to have her first child, and she did go through some struggles that a lot of women go through. And so we get very excited to think of her being settled in one place and growing that family, and not just only having Amelia, but having as many children as they want to have and having the space to grow into. Do you see it? Because I do. Because I'm so excited for you.
Yes. I don't.
Are you gonna cry?
We're little team, little sister. Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know, it was hard
I know it was hard.
to have Amelia and stuff, and I just hope that we can fill this house with a lot more children.
Lots and lots of children.
Yeah.
So this will be your formal living room. So the adult living room.
No kids allowed.
No kids allowed.
This is where I can put white furniture.
This is where you're gonna have me over for coffee.
Okay.
And this will be your playroom.
See, this is the perfect spot because that way we have all of our crazy toys.
Do you feel good to like let us do the rest of this?
So is that all I get to see today?
Yep, that's the deal. So I've made a deal with Rachel that she has absolutely no design say or input into this house whatsoever. We've actually gone as far as to tell her she can't step foot onto the property past a certain point. But it's really to protect her from herself. She does not like meeting these decisions head on, and I love it. So I said, hand it over to your big sister. I know exactly what you like. Just you stay over there, trust me, and let me do it.
So this is the last time that I'll see it?
Yeah, this is the last time you're gonna be in it until we finish it.
Well, I trust you guys.
When you come back, it'll be your dream house.
I cannot wait.
Bye, Rachel.
We love you.
There's no steps.
Okay, you'll figure it out.
The house does have some scars, some damage, but I think that you have to chop that up to like its character. It's part of the house's story.
It's beautiful. Honestly, it is large, it's spacious. The layout flows beautifully.
So the dining room is right here behind the living room, and it's actually in great condition.
Oh, I love the wallpaper.
You can't save this wallpaper.
Well, I mean,
I don't see
obviously
how
it
you
can't
keep
stay
it.
like this. But can you imagine back in the day, the pretty little lady who put this up?
It's beautiful.
I mean, come on.
You want to go check out the office?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
come
you
on.
lead the way.
Next to the dining room is this multi-purpose room, at some point a bedroom, but it never really was a defined space. Unfortunately, it's seen better days, especially since we had to remove the entire brick chimney and fireplace for transport.
Please don't fall in the pit.
I've already fallen in it once.
What?
I mean, it was on purpose.
Okay, okay. Now let's check out this kitchen. Oh yeah.
It's a big kitchen.
Uh-huh. So the kitchen had like a bad 80s renovation. So we really need to take it down to the studs and bring it back to life and give this house the kitchen it really deserves. Okay, you wanna go upstairs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
When I was a kid, the upstairs had 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. And upstairs is where we always hung out. That was Liz's room, I think. The rooms were really big, and this is gonna be great for Rachel and her family.
So this is Andrew's parents' bedroom, right?
Yeah, and there's this giant attached room that they never used, so the kids just made it their hangout. Mike D, he would do bench presses with the shirt off, and we'd be over here playing spin the bottle. So that's what this room was for. It
Well,
was mischief room.
needless to say, we're changing that vibe. It's definitely a little overwhelming walking through the house now. It's a little bit more banged up than I think we expected, but that gives me a lot to play with. The fact that it is a little messy, it is a little unkept, and then I can say, well, how do I make this a million times better? Right now, we currently have a smaller kitchen and a giant mudroom, and so we're going to lose that wall that is in between those 2 spaces, blow it into one big kitchen, have a tinier butler's pantry, move the bathroom into Jackson's office, and then we're going to add a sunroom on the back side, and we're going to add a giant front porch. Upstairs, a little bit more simple. We are just going to split the oversized bathroom into a bathroom and a laundry room. And there's a strange little room off of the primary bedroom that we're going to split down the middle and have a closet and then a primary bathroom. Give me that sledgehammer. Ugh,
You want the little boy?
it's too heavy. I take it all back. No.
No, it's not any
Okay,
lighter. It's just
let's do
shorter.
this.
Today we're getting started on demo, which
You love.
I hate demolition. But I hate the cleanup. Nothing in the kitchen is original to the house, so we're just gonna kind of gut everything out of it. All right, do another door.
Power.
There we go.
We're gonna open up that wall so we can see and plan accordingly.
One piece. One piece. That's how you do it. Whew, that's good, huh? That's good.
Let's go. Ow, ow, ow.
All right, boys. Y'all wanna see my special door pile?
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find the right door.
So the original front door that was on the house, there was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't really special. And so I've been wanting to replace it with something that would make a big statement when you first walked up to the house.
I remember that we had this door from the 1800s, and it was the quintessential, like, perfect farmhouse door. So today, I'm bringing 3 of my 5 sons to the shop to see if we can find it. This one is from a 1950s house
I
in
don't like that
Kannapolis.
one. It's
You don't
too
like this one?
dark. No.
Why do you
I
not
don't
like
it.
this one?
The chip, the paint.
This would be good for like a
This one's
pantry
chip.
door, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would like that for a pantry though.
Yeah. And then this one,
too.
is that one too chipped?
Yes.
But I'm thinking Rachel would like this one.
Yeah. Let's go with it. I like this one.
It's been sitting under here for a while, so it might not.
It needs an owner.
I am known not as a hoarder, but I definitely collect things, I store things, and if something has use like down the road, I'll hold on to it. I think there's a fine line between like being a crazy person and having useful things for later. Very fine line. What we're gonna do is we're gonna need to take off the hardware. Your mom wants different hardware going on it. Then we'll sand it down.
Do we gotta
Yeah.
take out the glass?
We don't take out the glass, but we'll sand around the glass. And this thing is gatoring. That's crackle paint. It's called gatoring.
Is it really?
This is like the gator skin. The
Okay,
paint looks like
okay.
gator skin. A lot of it is separated, but it has this beautiful detail, this beautiful beveled glass. So if we're careful, we should be able to restore it like new.
Which house did we get the door from though?
This came from a farmhouse up north, and it's from, I think,
keys?
around the 1890s.
Wasn't glass kind of like rare for the 1890s?
It was rare, so it was a statement piece if you walked up and you saw a nice piece of beveled glass. My dad was always teaching me when he was interested in something, he would show me, he would teach me, and I think I've been the same way with my boys. One of the most important things you can do is bring them in, show them that, you know, this is how things are made. And anybody can make anything if they really want to. If you want to learn how to do something, you can. Now we got to fill this hole.
No. This hole?
Yeah, we got to fill the hole.
Okay. Do we have any wood glue?
We have wood and we have wood glue.
Theodore, you have to do it. Yeah.
All right, guys, you got to be generous on this wood glue. All right, who wants to help me hammer?
Me.
All right, slap it right against there. Go. Keep going. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There you go. And you want to do it till you get the raw wood. It took a couple hours, but after all that work, we were able to get it almost as good as new now.
Aw, that's cute. The little boys did that?
They took turns. They could only keep their attention on this door for maybe like 2 minutes at a time.
Well, I'll take it.
You like this door?
I love the door.
Do you think Aunt Rachel will like it?
She's gonna love it.
We are a month into the build, and already there are some new improvements to get excited about. I'm loving the door that Adam and the boys restored. And we also have the framework of our new butler's pantry that will be attached to the kitchen.
All right, and here's your butler's pantry.
I love it. It looks great. Now, the window. We can either do a very traditional square window,
Okay.
or I was thinking we could make it really cool and do a circular window down here.
So it'll go right here.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. My thought behind the circle window is that it really reads like, historic cottage, like really cool and old and found.
Yeah, and this will feel like a fancy ship captain's little ration room on his steamboat.
I know you love that.
Anybody that's lived in an old house, like, there are quirky things about these old houses. So sometimes you'll see circle windows, you'll see leaded glass, or you'll see elements that either the architect or the builder like to use. I'm actually gonna build a square window, and I'm gonna cut circles in the squares and then install the glass into a circle made out of squares. And it sounds silly, but I came up with this idea because I saw an old piece of salvage window that was a square window, circle window.
So it's a square window in a circle molding frame.
It's a circle window in a square frame. Is it gonna fit?
No. Oh my God. Okay. Amazing.
Isn't that cool? What do you think?
I see my house, but it's just like, it's in a farm.
Yeah, it's
Where
a
it should be.
farmhouse now. I decided to bring my buddy Andrew back to see what's become of his old house. We'd come home from school to this house, we'd spend the night over there, and eventually his parents sold it. So when we bought the house, I was a little bit concerned. I didn't want him to feel like I just stole the house. Like, it meant a lot to me to kind of make sure that house got to keep, I say living, it's not a living thing, but I do think of these homes that we save as getting to live another life. This is gonna seem very familiar.
That's
Right?
It's wild being, I haven't been inside in this house since my parents moved out. So much stuff happened here that was super important. I'm like super grateful you did this, dude.
Thank you.
Seriously. I don't ever want you to feel like it wasn't something that you should have done.
You're gonna make it cry.
It's like watching little Adam and Andrew run around here. It's crazy. You can like see it.
Right?
You can feel it. You can picture us like being in here, going up and down the stairs, spending all night up, talking about what we're gonna do.
People pour their love into these homes. Like, it does something horrible to people when you tear down their family home. I mean, it just really, like, sort of traumatizing, you know, when you come in and you take away 100 years of history in these little corners of, you know, our world. And then you remember the pad, right? The pad got a little upgrade.
Holy cow, Adam. Dang, dude.
Right?
That's sick. That's cool, man. This is gonna be super cool.
Isn't that awesome? This space was always just a concrete slab, but now we're giving it a big upgrade.
It's going to be a creative space, maybe set up an easel, do some artwork. I'm not opposed to a brunch there. I mean, it's a little catch-all area.
All right, here's your old kitchen. You'll notice that this roof line, I raised the roof in here. And so now this roof line will continue, and this will all be the kitchen. And actually the fridge will be on that wall. We can get rid of these beams.
Let's just give it a go. Down at the bottom.
Nice. How's it feel?
This feels taking away what this was
Yeah.
to making it what it's gonna be, and me getting to do it it's unreal, man.
Everything's still up.
Look at that.
Look at that. We did our job.
We survived.
It's a big kitchen.
That is a big kitchen, dude. That is so cool, man.
Isn't that wild? Feels really good that he was able to come and, you know, I say goodbye, but I think overall he's really excited that another family can move in and experience the house and, you know, build a life. Just sign a wall.
Yeah, dude. This is what we used to do all the time. I think being able to sign my name on the wall is fitting for a couple reasons. One, because my brother and I used to always like mark up the house because we were ridiculous. But also knowing that that's going to be enclosed in there and that's like a time capsule is pretty wild. It's pretty cool. It's getting old, dude.
Here's to us.
Here's the us, man.
Here's
Here's
to
this
your
house.
It's a few months into the build, and I feel like it's time that we address the not-so-grand staircase.
The original staircase in the house was just very simple, and it wasn't really speaking to me. And I was looking around our house where me and Rachel grew up, and I saw the bottom stairs had this beautiful curve, and I thought, you know what, that would be a cute little way to bring our history into her future house and make that feel a little bit more at home.
The first step is to find a really nice piece of wood, run it through my planer, and get it thin enough. Now that I have the board thin enough, we're gonna take it to the pond next to the house, and I'll soak it in the pond until it's nice and malleable.
Tuck you right under this log. Hope you don't float away.
I've never done a staircase this way, but in college, I steam bent some wood, so I'm just gonna use the same principles on this staircase and see what happens. After a few hours, the board was soft enough to bend. So now I'm gonna stretch it around the curved mold, add clamps to it, let it dry out, and it'll stay curved like that forever. Next, I'll make a tread for the bottom stair that'll match the curve of the front face. And we're doing screw and peg to attach the stair treads because we didn't want nails or screws showing. Instead, we're making it look like it was done in the late 1800s. So it's one of those little details that makes the house extra special. Back when we had to cut the house in half, we found this beautiful beadboard in the bedrooms, and nobody knew there was beadboard on the ceiling. And so we're gonna expose that, and I think it's really gonna add a lot of character to those giant rooms.
The only question is, I have a giant chunk of it missing.
So
Enter Adam.
I have been diligently collecting these guys. This one came out of a bathroom, that one's out of the kitchen.
It's all the same?
Yeah, it's all the same.
That's amazing.
And I can take it and splice back in the parts that you're missing.
I love that.
We definitely don't have a beadboard supply issue with this house, but the challenge is avoiding a 12-foot long seam from where we cut the house. We have to strategically cut these lines and then sort of feather in the new beadboard.
I think when Rachel does notice, she's going to be really appreciative of them.
I think so.
I mean, that texture up on the ceiling becomes a whole feature of the entire room. And it was a treasure.
It was a treasure.
How do you just ignore a treasure?
You can't.
No. Mm-mm.
It's been a long few months, but we're finally rewired, new plumbing, and getting sheetrock up around the house. We got this. We got a little stack action here.
Make it vertical. And that's the winner.
We've also started picking out some of the tile.
That's the winner.
You sure?
Yeah, I just feel like it screams Rachel. I think the color reminds me of her.
And the floor stain.
That one's way too dark.
And Rachel would murder you.
I feel like this one is the prettiest one.
Yeah.
Adam and I have been talking about all types of design ideas over the past few weeks, and today I'm finally getting a chance to see how some turned out. Holy moly, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I mean, this is not a standard size porch.
You imagine the dinner parties they can have out here? I think it's the right blend of patch, new, old. I think everything is just really starting to I'm feeling good about it. Listen, this is us on the porch. They're gonna be playing music, we'll be dancing.
And I want some blue up on the ceiling.
Perfect. All right, so I wanna show you the inside. Check out all the work we've been doing.
Woohoo! Oh, I love it. I recognize those cabinets.
These came out of my mom's house. So your sister and my mom had a very special, beautiful relationship. And right after she passed, we pulled these out of her house.
I remember keeping them.
And we didn't know what we were going to use them for, but we wanted to use them for something very special. I can't tell you how much it means to me that they're here.
Aww,
Right?
he's so cute.
Thanks. All right, here's your nice, giant, beautiful kitchen that I've been putting all the cabinets in for you.
Rachel is gonna love this. Look how much space and storage she has.
It's beautiful.
I mean,
That's a
and all of our
beautiful pile
family
window.
can congregate in this area. We'll have a beautiful antique island right here.
Oh, I like it.
So I was thinking we could do some type of beam situation on the ceiling.
I've been saving the wood out of the walls, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. This is probably the roughest one, but
Okay.
if you're cool with character, I mean, this is definitely going to give you some character. See it? Is that a good vantage point?
I like it. Now show me the other way.
All right.
Okay, so that would run sink to fridge. Turn it the other way.
This way. I'm getting dizzy. You know, my arms are getting
I
tired.
love it.
You want it this way?
Yeah, I wanted it that way the whole time.
All right, let me have at it. This wood has a lot more character than anything we could just go pick up. Even if we went to a lumber mill, it's not gonna have the age and patina. And even these little nail holes, they look cool, sort of peering through the ceiling. It's really important that we have elements in it that feel realistic, even though it's been fully renovated. We want it to feel like it's just sort of existed, you know, and it has stories to tell. So it'll take 2 of these 8-foot beams attached end to end to span the full ceiling. And to make the 2 pieces of wood feel like one solid beam, I'm gonna cut each piece at a 45-degree angle, and when I put them together, it'll look like one solid beam. These look really good. All I have to do now is clear coat them and keep all the dust off them, and they're gonna last forever for Rachel and her family.
So here's the problem. I want everything I see.
When we bought the house, somebody had come in and they'd stole the fireplace mantles.
We've already sourced 2 of the replacement mantles, but we're still looking for one for the room that will be Rachel's husband Jackson's future office.
Because many of the homes in our town were built by cotton mill managers, that's what I want Jackson's office to feel like. I want him to be a fancy man of the early 1900s.
Okay, so we're on a hunt for a mantle. We're trying not to get distracted.
I want this.
Okay, focus,
All right,
focus.
mantles.
We gotta find mantles.
Oh, look, right there. Trailer full of mantles.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So this guy's too chunky.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's too big for the space. I just don't like this one.
It's a little beat up.
Yeah, I don't think it's the style we're going for. We're going a little bit more upscale. Is this one too beat up? Is it worth saving?
No, we could save it.
Okay, pull it out
It's
for me.
really thick on the paint, though.
How strong are you?
How strong am
Can
I?
you carry it?
How strong am I? Strong enough, apparently.
Don't drop it on me.
You can tell that this mantle is like a really beautiful mantle underneath, but I would imagine it's at least 100 years old just by the design, the filigree across the front.
There's so much paint that there was once all these beautiful details hidden in here.
You got a little genie lamp back there
I
somewhere.
know. Well, it reminds me of the design on the door you just restored.
Oh, yeah. She'll love
So
that.
that's why I was drawn to this one. If we can get them out, it's worth saving. If we can't, it's trash.
Let's do it. Oh! Today, my carpenter buddy HL and I are working on the decorative fireplace for Jackson's office. We bought a piece of soapstone because it's gonna patina well and it's gonna look original to the house.
Pinch my finger.
Cool.
That looks great.
That fits perfect.
That looks fantastic.
Now that the hearth is done, I have to restore this mantle that we bought at the salvage yard. and this thing is a mess, and honestly, I'm not looking forward to it one bit.
I don't envy him.
All right, update on the mantle. I've tried everything on this thing. I've sanded it, that didn't work. I scraped it, that didn't work. Then I tried pressure washing it, that didn't work. We tried chemicals, that didn't work. So now I'm back to scraping it using fine woodworking tools. It's gonna take forever, but it's the only thing that seems to work. All right, so we've been working on this mantle. We got it almost scraped down. We realized the bottom half is rotten, top half is good, but we're gonna have to replace all the fluting, so we'll have to trim that out. And then the foot is bad, so we're gonna try to make that in one piece, put it back on, and look original. Jackson and Rachel, you better love this mantle when I finish it. I've never worked so hard on one thing in a house in my life. It's been about 5 months since we started this renovation, and somehow we've managed to stay pretty much on schedule. I'm especially excited about this range alcove that we're building in the kitchen. Woo, yeah, that'll hold it in. Yeah. It's really giving the place some old world charm.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what this place is?
Yes.
What is it? Aunt Rachel's house used to be right here.
About the...
Oh, you found some dirt. We gotta get some dirt. You know why we're getting dirt?
Yes.
We're gonna make some pottery. I wanna make a special housewarming gift for Rachel and her family. Something that I've made with my own hands other than the house. So I thought I could make some pottery mugs and I could incorporate dirt from the house's original site and dirt from where the house is now.
How many should I make?
2.
2? But what about one for Amelia? All right, we'll make 3, okay? You know why we saved Aunt Rachel's house and why people save buildings like that?
Yeah.
Because we have good memories
What this?
and we keep the history. You see that brick place?
Wow.
That used to be a mill.
Wow.
Wow, yeah. Concord was originally a farm town, and they had a small merchant area that people would stop at and sort of trade in. And eventually they decided, because they had all this cotton coming in and going out, that they would actually mill it here. So the mill life here was, the entire town was built by mills. The main mill was Cannon Mills, and they owned most of the mills in the area. Out of the 44 mills, they probably owned 90% of them. Cannon towels, that was like the premier towel in the United States. If you had a towel and you had any wherewithal,
Is this
your towel
true?
came from Concord, yeah.
Okay, this is the dirt. You want to hold that dirt?
They blew my...
I just love the idea of mixing this historic dirt from downtown with the dirt from where the house is now.
I think that is so sweet. I can't wait to see it. I love that.
I think it'll be a beautiful thing. They can sit out here, drink coffee out of their mugs that I make, and you know, they can kind of have their morning coffee and connect with the land. It's real gritty from all that dirt that I put in it. Anytime you're throwing pottery, you want very refined clay. And if it's not, they can contain things in it that can actually explode in the kiln. I just loaded the clay full of random things. So when we fire it, we probably got like a 60% chance it's gonna explode.
Listen, this is how I live my life with Adam. Will the mugs explode? Who knows? Will the house make it in 4 pieces down the road? Who knows? But he keeps me on my toes. So I've accepted him for who he is, and I will not question these things.
The last couple weeks have been a flurry of activity. Most of the tile work is done, most of the painting is done, and the mugs came out of the kiln intact. And now all we really have left is some final decorative elements.
We're gonna add all the pretty jewelry.
Why do you think it's jewelry?
Because when a lady is done getting ready, she adds her jewelry. It's a final touch.
We're gonna put the jewelry back in this house. How's she looking?
She's a peach.
Jessica searched for about 3 to 4 months, for an old piece of furniture that she could turn into a vanity for Rachel's kids' bathroom. And it was somebody's dear old grandmother's. I mean, people just, sometimes they don't see the potential in just things sitting right in front of them. These pieces of furniture have lived these lives, and they have all these stories and all these like embedded memories into them. And it's just so cool to save them and push them forward into future generations.
It's lived in, it's loved in, it welcomes you home, it just embraces you. And I think that's the exact vibe that we're trying to achieve in the house itself and in the styling of the house.
When we started this project, everybody thought I was either crazy, in over my head, or we just couldn't do it. It fueled me, and it made me go harder, faster, stronger until we're here.
This house is more beautiful than I could have imagined, and I am so excited with how it turned out.
I'm like trying to look,
Don't look.
but not look.
Welcome home!
Hey!
Oh my gosh, Jackson, it's a real house. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it.
Can we approach?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys.
It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. The house always had a beautiful layout, but I really feel like we just pushed it into a perfect living space. So you walk into the house and you're smack dab in the middle of this amazing bright living room. And then in the background, you can see the brand new natural wood staircase. Oh my gosh, the banister. Then you turn to your right and you have the most warm and friendly playroom and sitting room that you could ever want.
This is amazing.
And it's a perfect place with all the windows to sit down and just enjoy a little piece of time.
Here is where you do all your entertaining.
This is amazing.
The dining room, the whole goal for that is to be a showstopper.
You look at the light and you see those shelves behind it. You've made it feel like it would be in a mansion on the hill somewhere. I mean, it's awesome.
Remember in Adam's parents' house?
Yes. That was my favorite part about your parents' house, was whenever I walked in, I was, yes, these corner cabinets. Yes, no, it was. I've always loved them.
They're yours now.
Oh,
Forever.
that is so special.
Okay, let's go see the kitchen.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's stunning. I'm never leaving this room.
The kitchen originally was a little bit dark, a little bit gloomy, didn't have anything original in the space, and it was half the size of what it is now.
I don't think it would be the same kitchen without those beams. I'm glad that we did that.
The beams made the kitchen. I mean, I'm just so pleased. I'm so happy with it.
We have a gift for you too.
Oh yes, Adam.
These coffee cups, I threw these.
Oh, you made those?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You see all this in here? I actually took dirt from the old house site and from this house site, and I mixed it into the clay.
Oh my gosh, Adam. That is so
I was very connected to the house.
That is wild.
Now, we did steal a little bit of this room for something special.
I do have to admit, the butler's pantry turned out to be a really magical little space.
Wow, we get some sweet storage.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
If I was a ghost trapped in a house, I would live in that butler's pantry. Make sure they seal all their snacks for them. Not stealing them, let's keep them fresh.
Sealing them.
Sealing them.
On the other side of the butler's pantry, enter your sunroom.
Oh my gosh.
Since the sunroom was actually a brand new addition, we worked hard to make it feel like it had always been a part of the house. We added these beautiful brick pavers to the ground that were uneven and looked like they had been used over the years. And we found this great historic design to custom make the window mullions.
You'd have a window from your butler's pantry into here. It just felt like a weird, cool little like old house thing.
That is so cool.
All right, Jackson, I want you to think of yourself as a wealthy mill manager and think of what kind of office you would have.
Oh my goodness.
Would it look something like this?
Yeah, I think so.
This is so cool.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
This mantle is covered in 100 years worth of paint. And I had to individually scrape every single piece of this with like little, like tiny picks and hand tools. And now it'll last, you know, hopefully another 100 years.
That is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
This is your personal bathroom. It's your executive bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
That downstairs bathroom looks amazing.
I definitely went bold in this space. I definitely pushed the color a little bit with that green and the shape and the high contrast, but I feel like it just reads so masculine, and that was what I was going for.
All right, guys, let's go check out your upstairs.
Was that beadboard back there?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
This is the kids' bathroom.
You like that vanity?
I love it.
Adam did a beautiful job on the vanity. It gives just the right amount of warmth into the space and blended with that beautiful tile. I mean, it's a showstopper as well. Okay, here's your bedroom.
Oh my gosh. We've been living out of a suitcase basically for what, 9 months?
The primary suite was just lacking all character. It was just two big rooms put together, right?
Yeah, it made no sense.
So by taking that extra room and splitting it and turning it into a beautiful bathroom and then a beautiful walk-in closet, I mean, it can't get any better than that.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh. How is this even possible?
We salvaged the double doors that are entry to the bathroom out of a house in Charlotte. And that is just a beautiful entry to this gorgeous, giant walk-in shower with handmade tile. It's everything you would want in a bathroom. Guys, does it feel like home?
Yes.
Thank you guys for letting us do this for you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jackson and Rachel and their family for generations will enjoy, love, and cherish this home.
To just know that you're part of a small, small piece of saving this history and then watching your sister and their family grow into this big, beautiful space, it is just heartwarming, and I just feel really blessed to be a small, small part of this story. Teamwork.